guys, Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Good afternoon. We have had a lot of rain, which has been awesome for our onions. But those rainstorms and all that wetness sure does bring in a lot of slugs. I haven't dealt with slugs like this since I lived in the Portland metro area. And now we got slugs galore just because of this rain. And I just noticed something I gotta show you guys real quick. This is the first cicada, and he just blew off, that I've seen in the garden. I just thought I'd show you guys as an organic gardener what I use to combat this, because here you can see I have a lot of damage. Last night I tore off the leaves on the bottom, because if you have leaves touching the bottom here, that's where the slugs get up. So tear off those leaves on the bottom of anything that you have cabbage-wise or anywhere that a slug can grow up on any of your plants, because cabbages seem to be, oh look, we have a nice friend there. I don't know what he is, but he is a friend. And he's going to take care of any little like slugs that get in here. So you can see I've taken off a lot of those lower leaves, and that's what slugs will get up. But I also have a problem with armyworms, and this is not going to help you with armyworms. Now another thing, other than these sprays and stuff that I'm going to show you I use, and I haven't tried, is copper tape. There is a gardener that I follow, and she's an advanced gardener, and she uses, her name's Susan something. I'll leave a link to her channel below. But when she plants her brassicas like this, she puts a copper ring on the bottom. She takes the leaves off right away, puts a copper ring on the bottom, and she lives in the Northwest, where I used to live, where these things were prolific. So now also, instead of using copper rings around your bottom, you put them on like a PVC pipe, and then you just put it over the plant near the bottom, and the slugs cannot get it because it charges. It gives them, their slug snail stuff gives them a charge that zaps them when they try that. You can also use Sluggo Plus, which this stuff is awesome. I've used it in Oregon. It also helps with armyworms. You know, all the stuff that's labeled right there, pill bugs and all of that stuff. Now, since I'm going to do a double whammy here, I've taken off all those leaves so the chickens get to enjoy that. Since it's so bad this year, I'm going to go ahead and spray BP. Now, both of these will probably only last a night, so I'll have to reapply. So I'm not going to get too crazy with it, but I'm going to go ahead and apply it anyways, and I'll tell you why. Because even though it's raining so much, we can kill as many of them as we can. Well, it's not. It's nice and warm today. This is a perfect day to do it. It's still really early in the morning, so it's not too warm yet, because we don't want to burn the plants. Ideally in the evening this would be better, but since it's going to rain tomorrow early morning, I want to do it now. So I'm going to get on this, and I'm just going to sprinkle the Sluggo all around the plants and my brassicas over there as well. And then we are going to spray BT on all our cabbages and our tomatoes over here, because if they are in there, you know that they are just right over there on my tomatoes somewhere, and I haven't seen them yet. So let's get on that, and I'll show you how I do it. So here you go. Here's some cabbage leaves, guys. They absolutely love those greens. Can't wait to get them out on pasture. After we do our Cornish cross on pasture and our new chicken tractor, these guys are going to go, we're going to switch them off and on pasture so they get a lot more greens in their diet. Better eggs for us. So our peas are coming back. They will come back if they've been chewed on, if they're not chewed on too bad. Need to pull those weeds out of there. But let's get to work here. Look at that mullein. Looks like this mullein going to go to flower. It's got the proper nutrition here. And I told you, my onions are loving this rain. Look at that. So we're happy about that. And that mullein looks like it's going to go to flower. And that one there, they're getting the stance that they do. Mulleins in my front flower bed for some reason aren't doing that except for one. So I don't know why, but I'm not a professional mullein grower. They just kind of happen to be here. Okay, first our sluggo. Just kind of sprinkle around there. And with all these things, guys, just go with the recommended that's on the box. Don't overdo it, because I'm telling you what, this stuff will go a lot further. I know that I haven't seen any on my corn. Corn is growing fantastic. It's been getting a lot of my compost tea. Everything in this bed was pretty much eaten, so I'm going to have to put some new things in that bed, unfortunately. Okay, and here's our other patch. We don't like the collards. I put collards in here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 collards in here, and we don't really care for them. So chickens, food, and that is just fine. So this is the only broccoli I have left, and that's pretty big. I'm just waiting for a dinner. It's bigger than my hand. Waiting for a dinner to have some broccoli, and I'm saving these other broccolis for I've got a thistle right there. That thing is absolutely huge. My goodness. Broccolis like nitrogen. So if you have a yellow head, if you guys have a yellow head, or your broccoli's growing really slow, you are not giving it enough nitrogen. Broccolis love nitrogen. So if you're buying a fertilizer for your broccoli, make sure the first number's as high as it can go. About a 14 is what you want for, well, not as high as it can go. It usually goes to about 25. You want about a 14. 14, and then you want the next number. So the first number is nitrogen, the second number is phosphorus, and the last number is potassium. Those other two numbers can be, you want them in there still, but you want nitrogen first for your broccoli, okay? Okay, so now here you go. This is collards that have been attacked by armyworms, and you can see the little baby armyworms in there. Can you guys see that right there? Now, the only thing that's going to kill these guys, is BT. There is other like 7 dust if you're not going to go organic, but we like to go organic here on the farm. So you can see there, this one is really got a lot of armyworms on it. So instead of spraying this one, guess who also likes armyworms? Is our native chickens over here. So I'm going to pull up this whole plant, and it is going to the chickens because that's a lot of armyworms. So I don't even want that in my garden. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the whole plant. You can see Mr. Slug right there also. So look at this. They are going to love it. And it's got extra protein, guys. There you go. It was going to go to them anyway, so. Those are some happy chickens right there. Okay, so, I mean, I could have sprayed it. But since it was so riddled, these other ones aren't riddled like that. I had to get rid of them. So, oh, my peas even have slugs on them. Okay, you guys need to grow up and stay on the fencing. There we go. Stay on the fencing, you guys. And it looks like since I've had this stuff here, I've missed a lot of like weeds that I need to collect here. And that's okay. But so we are going to take care of anything today that is riddled. This broccoli is kind of riddled with it. So this broccoli, and here in Tennessee, if I was in Oregon, I wouldn't pull out these broccolis, but I can plant other things here. But since it's riddled, I'm not going to worry about side shoots. Now, I want to keep this broccoli head until I want to eat it and catch it before it flowers. So this one's okay. This one doesn't look so bad. So hopefully spraying these today and taking out the ones that are really riddled with pests, we'll save our crops. We'll put some more slug bait down here and we'll get rid of these, and then I can plant probably something lovely there. Yeah, so we could use the space, and there we go. We got the space. We'll give these to the chickens. I have filled up my sprayer here. Just a little bit of soap, and then like 5 teaspoons of that. Look at the instructions, guys. I kind of just do it from what I remember a long time ago. So I don't look at the instructions anymore, but pay attention to the instructions and do it that way. But putting a little soap in it helps it stick to the plants. So thank you guys for coming along with me today. I hope you learned something in this video, and how to take care of those slugs and those armyworms. That will also take care of our native, what do you call that nice green worm that gets on our tomatoes? Hornworm. That lovely hornworm. Now, if there's not a lot of them, I pick them off and give them to my chickens. But make sure for the slugs, you don't want the leaves touching the ground, even on your cabbages and brassicas of any kind. They'll go after them like crazy, especially for those slugs. You can use the copper tape and put that around the bottom. If you put it on a plastic ring while the seedling is very young, I might do that for our fall sowing of those vegetables. And then BT is a great work in Sluggo for those pests as well. The Sluggo works so well on the roly-polies and those slugs if you have those leaves off the ground. So, and they don't get on the plant. So, God bless you. Hope you learned something, and if you did, please subscribe. We'll see you next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead.